Dr. Billinghurst, here's a question. How do I feed Gussy's gut powders? Ooh.
Well, I think you've got to feed it in a way that your dog will accept it. Now, if you were just to put a powder on the food and your dog went and sniffed it straight up the nose and started sneezing, that would not be beneficial. One of the simplest ways is to simply moisten it.
Yeah.
Pop it on the food and moisten it. And or allow it to moisten if the food is already moist. That's my simple approach to feeding this sort of a product, which is a powder, which is fermented, which is so valuable. We don't want it to be blown away. So the simplest way is to make sure it's moistened, or simply mix it in. If it's a patty of food, or whether it's what I call a barf patty, bones and raw food patty, mix it in. But just make sure that it's fully available to your dog by making sure it doesn't spread everywhere or go up their nose or whatever. But some dogs might lick it, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But you have to know your dog, and the simplest way, from my point of view, is to moisten it or mix it in with the food. Rob, do you have any other advice on this? Because you're probably seeing more of this on a daily basis than me. I know only how we approach it with our own pets.
Yeah, of course. You've addressed a lot of those questions. I mean, people get very hung up because we offer a suggestion on our packaging that you should, add water or bone broth or something to it. And so they are some people really are direction followers. And so they always think that you have to add bone broth. Absolutely not. It's a suggestion. So we're talking anything liquid, whether it be water, coconut water, whatever you want. Have fun with it. It could be
probably not whiskey, Rob.
Yeah, right. The what?
Yeah, well, you were saying whatever liquid you want, and I was thinking, probably not an alcoholic beverage, for example.
No.
And by the way, you wouldn't use a hot food because that will destroy a lot of the benefits.
That's right. So, get into, very safe, pet safe liquids, whatever it could be. It could be, even a yogurt that you pre-mix it with. It could be anything liquid. What you're just trying to do is hydrate it. And so, I mean, hey, I'll put it to you this way. Think about your own. Has anybody ever had matcha powder green tea? And that's just one example. Or, think of anything that's a powder. You usually you don't take a tablespoon of powder and put it in your mouth. You're hydrating it. So you can hydrate it before, you can mix it in with your food. As long as the powder gets on and in the food and your pet likes it, that's great. That's where you're going to be. That's how you're going to be serving it. Don't overthink it. Don't over worry about it. We've made something that's really easy for you. So I would say the best answer is the best way for you to do it, that's easy for you to do it, that's the way you do it.
And hydration, I think, is the key. That's the simple way. With something very healthy. And the hydration can occur, of course, when you mix it with the food.
Yeah, if you have raw food, raw meat, or moist food, certainly kibble. If you fed it with kibble, you'd have to hydrate it with some water, then mix it around. And I've even had some people ask me, well, how long do I let it hydrate? It doesn't matter. A second or a minute, or if you want to let the food sit for a few minutes, it's totally okay. But let it just touch some moisture, at least briefly.